It's been a great season for us so far. We're thrilled with the #1 seed. We had just so many great things happen for us this year, led by these two right here, Skylar and Kayla McBride, have had fantastic seasons, and now we're anxious for our second season to begin.
Okay, if you have a question, please raise your hand for a microphone holder. Go ahead on the left. No one?
Kurt?
Kurt Rollo, South Bend Tribune. Skylar, first off, how are you feeling? How much of a toll did the illness take on you?
I'm fine.
Excuse me. Just give it to me. Jeez.
Again on the left.
Kayla, can you just talk a little bit about the challenge of playing against smaller guards who love the three-pointer? How successful have you guys been against that this year?
I think we've come a long way for that. You know, they're great guards. They can create a lot on offense, and we have to be able to contain them. The bigger guards, the posts, everybody's gonna have to do their job.
On the left.
Coach McGraw, this is Andrew Logue with the Register.
Questions for the student athletes.
I'm sorry. Could you guys talk about being 1 seed, but maybe playing farther away from home? Not terribly far, but being maybe on Iowa territory.
Skylar, we'll start with you.
I mean, it doesn't really matter where we had to play. We're here, it's said and done, and I don't think you worry about that now. It's just about worrying about University of Tennessee Martin.
Kayla.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Sky. I think we've played in a lot of different environments coming out of the Big East and even our non-conference schedule that we're pretty much ready for anything.
Kayla, can you talk a little bit about just how the bench has developed this season and what role you expect to see them to be able to play?
Absolutely. I think their confidence has come a long way. If you look at Madison Cable, Markeisha Wright, Kayla McBride, they've contributed in so many different ways, and I think we're going to need them a lot down the stretch.
Skylar, in terms of the 2,500, 500, what area are you particularly most proud of in that accomplishment?
Probably the assist. It is great just creating for people and things like that. And then to get 500 assists, it has to be 500 made baskets. And you got to credit the teammates for that. And over the years, I've had the luxury of playing with people that just move so well without the basketball. And, Natalie Novosel, Becca Bruszewski, Deborah Peters, Brittany Mallory, Kayla McBride, and Natalie Achamwa, just the players I've been able to play with over the years. Lindsay Schrader, just been great players, just to name a few, with moving without the ball. And I think that's what ultimately matters, and not only just finding them, but them being ready to catch and finish.
Skylar, you guys have played in more tournament games the last 2 years than anybody else. Can you just talk about the mindset you have to have, the lessons you've learned from playing 6 games each of the last 2 seasons in the tournament?
Well, I think we understand what it takes to get there. And, I think that, like K-Mac said, just the conference schedule that we play is so tough. And I've said this before, you're playing elite level Final Four, Sweet 16 games all the time. And I think ultimately that's what really prepared us for the tournament. Coming in with such a tough conference, 8, 9 teams go every year for the past couple of years. And it's just been a great conference to play in and help prepare us. And then, Coach McGraw does a great job of making sure we're prepared one game at a time. And I think that mindset is important because you don't look too far into it. Last year we could have gotten anxious and looked to the championship with the expectations on our team, but we kept that one game at a time mindset, and I think that's helpful going into the tournament.
Does experience carry over? Will it help you this year?
Absolutely, and I think with our team, players like Kayla and Natalie, Ariel, who has been to the championship every game, they can help the younger kids out, and myself and Kayla Turner also. But the upperclassmen, the experience that we've had in the tournaments and our successes kind of helps the freshmen because they feel like they have people that have been there and done that, and kind of eases their mind.
Kayla, can you talk about this team's mental toughness, just the ability to keep your composure and all those comebacks you've had this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think at the beginning of the year, a lot of people looked at us as a young team, not as experienced as most teams, even though we had a lot of upperclassmen who have been experienced. But I think that the confidence and belief that we can win every single game, I think it's carried over to the younger kids. And I think that their confidence has grown a lot, and they can go out in different situations and be ready for anything. And that's what mental toughness is, and we've come a long way.
Any other questions for the student athletes? Okay. This time we'll dismiss the student athletes. A reminder that the Notre Dame locker room is open until 11:20. Questions for Coach McGraw?
Coach, can you talk about the challenges of Tennessee Martin and the two guards, Butler and Newsom?
Two of the best guards in the country, both in the top 10 in scoring. They can shoot the three, they can put it on the floor, they can attack the basket. Their assist-to-turnover ratio is good, so they're as good a guards as we've seen all year long, and it's going to be a challenge for us trying to contain them.
Is this a kind of game where you try to get to their bench? Is that pretty much where the battle lies?
No, I think at this point in the year, I think most people are shortening their bench and playing probably 6 or 7 people. So I don't know that depth is as much a factor right now. You know, I think everybody wants their best players on the floor as long as they can keep them there.
Up front.
Jeff Linder, Cedar Rapids Gazette. How would you characterize the play of Markeisha Wright this year, and what are her thoughts about coming back to Iowa?
Oh, she was thrilled. She was the most excited person in the room when saw we were coming back to Iowa, and I know the ticket requests are going to be unbelievable for her. She's had a great year for us. She has played a big role recently in the Big East tournament, our last game against UConn. With Natalie Achonwa in foul trouble, she came off the bench, did a great job. Is good at defending. She's a physical post player. Like what she's doing on defense. She's a really smart player, picks things up really quickly. Really pleased with her progress this year.
Can you talk about Jewel Lloyd's development? I know she's a freshman, but does it seem like she's already been tourney tested, so to speak?
You know, she really has. She's played in some big venues, and she's played well. Had a career high against Baylor. She played well on the road in a lot of the games we've had. So I love her attitude. She wants to get better every game. Every day at practice, she wants to get better. She keeps asking what she can do to get better, and she is an incredibly talented player who has unlimited potential and definitely a bright future at Notre Dame.
Up front.
Did some of the men's upsets Thursday and Friday help get this team's attention?
You know, I think it's always good to see that. We, of course, are cheering for all the number 1 seeds. But it is. I think it's good because I think it's the realization that can happen to you, and I think it puts you on guard a little bit more.
Can you talk about the development of your inside players and also about Carol Owens, just what gifts she has as a teacher?
Carol is the best post coach in the country. She's a phenomenal teacher. She played the position. She knows exactly what they need to do, and she is great about delivering her message. She challenges them, and they know she cares about them, but she can get on them pretty hard, and they respond really well. Natalie Achonwa, having the best year of her career, regional All-American, she is going to be just a force for us on the block. And Ariel Breaker, I don't think you can say enough about the progress she's made this year. Definitely our team's most improved player, kind of the unsung hero of the group, doing what she does best, defending and rebounding, and never trying to step out of her role, just trying to do whatever she can to help the team. But her progress has been phenomenal this year. And Markeisha Wright, same thing. I think great growth as a player, has gotten better almost every day and has given us really quality minutes this year. So really pleased with our postgame overall this year.
Any other questions? Over here on the right.
Coach Jason Brumman with the Associated Press. On this 26-game winning streak, and obviously with some tough competition along that, what have you learned about your team, or what's the most exciting thing for you about that winning streak?
I think the resilience. You know, they're an amazing group. They come in after a win, and we're going to watch what we did wrong. We don't really look at what we're doing well so much as how we can get better. And this is a team that relishes that. They love to be challenged. They want to get better. So I love their attitude coming back to practice every day with an eye on a goal and never wavering from it. I don't think we've looked past anyone all year long. We've risen to the challenge in all of our big games, and have just had some amazing wins because of the confidence, I think, of the group, certainly led by Skylar.